Peace, it's your man Burns. You're now locked into Twin2ition. Clear the air.
Speed. All right, cool. So, we here, me and you. Yep. A little intimate session, y'all. So right before we started the podcast. Oh yeah, right before we started. Hold up, let me.
Never mind.
Oh, you good? Cause I got yeah. So right before we started, I get a knock at the door. I'm like, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And luckily for us, it was a gentleman that was coming around doing his job, a young black male. And like I said, I wasn't expecting nobody to come today, due to scheduling conflicts, things of that nature. We still got a life to live. To the viewing audience, to the listening audience, we still got a life to live. But we, in the name of the content, but more importantly, in the name of the investment itself, and in the name of the purpose, the show must go on. The show must go on. And like I said, the gentleman, he was coming to check the water leaks or whatever, because the building that we stay in, they conveniently pay for the water, but you know how most of these slumlords do. They want to get their return on investment and not have to invest too much in their investment. Hence, this is what I'm doing. But he was enamored and coming into the set of Twin2ition presents Clear the Air. And it's funny that he said that, because he had a lot of point information that he was discussing. He asked me immediately, "Hey man, you got a card or something I can bring out and send to people?" So of course I had to relish him with one of the many trinkets of this thing, the Twin2ition sticker that was awarded to me by yours truly, Nichole on the boards. And he said he was going to make sure that he send it out. And of course, what I did was I grabbed his cell phone and immediately added his ass on IG. So just give myself a round of applause for just thinking on my feet and getting another subscriber, another follower. And he's going to be in for a world of shock, dismay, because he was already excited just to see it in living and breathing. But it's like, I got hella content out there, man. So, first and foremost, I want to thank y'all for, tuning in to another edition of Twin2ition Presents Clear the Air. And this is episode 9. I don't know what the title going to be, but it's probably be called The Best Ability. And that's what I'm going to call this one. And, just moving right along, in essence, like I said, just, thinking about, where we've come from to where we are now. I dropped the draft day video just recently, just as a throwback, because it is draft week, and I ain't really too pressed on talking about football in general. But since we last came together, it was the WNBA draft that happened. So as y'all already know, Caitlin Clark was the number 1 overall draft pick for the Indiana Fever. And I say that to say this, for y'all who don't know as well. I'm quite sure some people checking, but y'all already know, because this podcast is running on real folk time. Angela Reese, she was drafted number 7 by Chicago Sky, and I feel like the level of play in the WNBA is going to take a tremendous leap. I'm really looking forward to WNBA than I am football, and I'm ready. But I wanted to say that I feel like the veterans in the WNBA, they're gonna have their hands full, trying to stay up with these young girls. And I think it's probably gonna get controversial to the point where it's like, I'm a firm believer in anything I see on TV, it ain't real. It's kind of scripted. And I say they gotta have a main topic, supporting details and a beginning, the middle, and the end. So I'm quite sure they're gonna probably throw some controversy out there. I think they already threw some shade out there. With Caitlin Clark getting, she didn't get much as a number 1 pick, but I think her first 4 years she getting $338,000 for the first 4 years, and the way the housing market looked, shit, it ain't shit compared to the men's. You know what I'm saying? To how much the men's get paid. So, but in the same token, I think she got a Nike deal that's like over a couple $1 million, like 85 million, I think.
I mean, on some real shit, she's still getting paid more than a motherfucker that's risking their life every day to go to work.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Firefighters out there.
First responders, police officers,
corrections.
Military, yeah. She still, hey, just to play a game, you know. That is the real unfortunate deal.
To do something that she loved versus something that she getting paid way less.
Yeah.
To risk your life.
Yeah, real shit. And it's like, you know, for them, and I can only speak from experience, y'all. But you know, for them, if they missed the game-winning shot, it's like, oh, they missed the game-winning shot. Yeah, ESPN gonna talk about it, you know, for next couple of hours for the next game. But if you know, I don't make it to a house, you know, that's on fire, or be able to pull somebody out, that person ain't gonna never see tomorrow, and their family ain't gonna never forget that shit. So I feel like, you know, the world needs to, kind of, look at this, you know what I'm saying, clear as I clear the air. Y'all got to do something. Yeah, it's got to be something better. And I ain't saying it's got to always be about money, but inflation kicking my ass. And I'm making a little bit of money, and it's just like as I get older, I keep making a little bit more money, but I feel like I'm spending a lot more as well. So that's just my 2 cents on that. So, but yeah, without further ado, I wanted to, I wouldn't say I'm not trying to make this a music series, but a young lady I met in our travels to Charlotte, which I do have a video I'm working on as far as sending her performance out, but she did recently drop a album called Lifetimes by Miss DDA Tink from Charlotte, North Carolina. And of course, I asked for her blessing. Hey, if I could, send your video out. So I do got that coming. But I did listen to your album too, and I sent it to you. I'll let you know I listened to your album. But I'm a big music connoisseur. I know my wife; she's been listening to a lot of Miss Queen Dopamine. Every time she pull up from work, it's a different track. I'm like, yo, hey. So we wanted to, just shout out these young ladies while we just, speaking on the topic of women. But with that being said,
Hold on. While that being said, Queen Dopamine, both my kids probably know word for word every album, every track on your album.
Hell yeah,
word for word.
Yeah, so like we wanted to give you your flowers as well, Miss Queen Dopamine. But I do want y'all to listen to this Miss DDA Tink song that become a little favorite of mine, and I'm just gonna give y'all a little snippet of it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to release this song on YouTube because YouTube be wilding on the copyright thing or whatever. But y'all will hear this if y'all listening in your vehicle on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, and this song is called "I See You," right? And I want to just give out her flowers. This song is a great song. I feel like this song is an affirmation, but I don't want to keep building it up. But this is Miss DDA Tink. She's out of I think it's NALB Records, NALB, NALB Records. And I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But without further ado, Miss DDA Tink, I See You. This is from my album Lifetimes. If it plays. Let me see. There we go. Might be getting a technical difficulty, but why that's doing. There we
go. I see you like you see you. Now they want you back. I ain't never gotta say that, cause I ain't never gonna play that. I see you like you see you. Now they want you back. I ain't never gotta say that, cause I ain't never gonna play that. I see you like you see you. Now they want you back. I ain't never gotta say that, cause I ain't never gonna play that. I see you like you see you. Found true love inside of you. Use the mirror on the wall to help you through. I'ma fight for you. I see you like you see you. Found true love inside of you. Use the mirror on the wall to help you through. I'ma fight for you. What's love? What's love? Got to do for it. What's love? What's love? Got to do for it. When they took your heart, the things you don't talk about started shit that they ain't never finish. Our heartbreak is something that you know about. What's love? What's love?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome y'all back to Twin2ition. Twin2ition presents Clear The Heir. I go by the name of Hoggie, your host of this thing called Twin2ition. And which I just heard was a track called I See You by Miss DDA Tink. And like I said, she's heralding from Charlotte, North Carolina. The name of her album is called Lifetimes. It is definitely a banger. Every song is like they fire. So my wife, this is her first time hearing this, I believe. But I did load it, to my playlist. I always update my playlist every year, and I just rock with them. And some songs, what I'm saying, they kind of carry over to every year. And I got a feeling that this one probably gonna carry over because this one is a move. This is a vibe. Like it's all those little things, yo. And to hear, from a female MC, of course, just to continue to have, a lot of different female MCs is definitely a pleasure. And I feel like she didn't jump, both feet in, just like Miss Queen Dopamine have. So I want to give you your flowers. But with that being said, I'd like to introduce y'all, for y'all who just, started to tune into this thing. This is called Twin2ition presents Clear The Heir. I go by the name of Hoggie, your host, and I'm joined with me by my partner in crime, my wife, Miss Nichole on the boards. Welcome. And so I just wanted to stay on the female basketball for that, right? And the NBA playoffs is going on right now. So I know a lot of y'all who watch NBA and follow NBA are into that. LeBron right now, as this episode's recording, he's down 0-3. I think that's like the fifth time that didn't happen. Thankfully for me, I ain't got no sports debaters here to to give me information that ain't factual. Hence my twin. But I just had to throw that subtle jab. But yeah, he if y'all into that type of thing. But I wanted to kind of just segue from the WNBA to the NBA, and I wanted to speak on this because it pissed me off when I heard it, because I said something about this a couple of podcasts ago. And Mr. John Tay Porter from the Toronto Raptors, he just got banned from the NBA for gambling, right? And I don't want to get into the specifics of what he gambled on or whatever, but I wanted to kind of clear the air. And, for the, the listening audience, the viewing audience, to make it make sense, yo. Like, the NBA's, huh?
If it ain't set up, how
right.
he get banned?
Right.
Because if he don't know the outcome of the games or don't know
bingo
specifics of the games, how the hell is he going to get banned for betting on something that he doesn't know, just like the general public don't know?
Right. And I know it is a clause they got in their contract. But I feel like if the NBA supports FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM Sports, and now ESPN got this thing called ESPN Bet, and like I said, I just spoke earlier about the the pay gap. Like they paying these motherfucking athletes some kind of hush money, yo. And I say that, and I don't say it sparingly. I say it the way it is, like because it's like if I'm an athlete and I know what my ability is, regardless if I'm playing or not, it's like. That really does take a lot, what I'm saying, from a motherfucker who getting maybe $15 an hour, what I'm saying, probably, barely making ends meet, 30-something thousand a year, and maybe they want to try to hit a lick, what I'm saying, with 115 legs when these goddamn parlays. Why y'all ban this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows something that the general public don't know. You know what I'm saying? Evidently he knows something that the NBA know that he know, so... It kind of just blew me for one, just be like, yo, like what the fuck going on, yo? Like y'all gonna ban this man for life in the NBA like he did something terribly wrong. At the end of the day, these fucking corporations is making all kinds of money off of us working everyday motherfucking people to continue to throw their facade out there, to continue to put their narrative out there, and I just feel like they just put these athletes in all this limelight and on a high pedestal and shit like that, only to tear him down, yo. Only for them to be, you know what I'm saying? Only, it's like, what have you done for me lately for athletes? And it's just like, same thing with Antonio Brown and all these guys, CTE and all this shit. All of a sudden, they're crazy when they ain't with the fucking program. So, hopefully, my man, you know, John Tay Port, if you out there, you got a seat next to me on this couch, man, and clear the air, man, because I want to hear about it, to be honest, because I know it's some bullshit out there, but I just wanted to kind of just throw that out there for real. So, you got any poignant topics, Miss Nichole, on the board? I mean, I got hella topics, but I just wanted to see where you were and want to try to run it two up. Oh, what you?
Sports wise, not really.
Oh.
You know me. If it ain't Green Bay, I don't really give a fuck.
So speaking of that, football, I don't know if you know, but I remember when we first got together, it was some ages, almost 18 years, you know.
Yeah, it's been
18 years, you're almost 20, I mean. But back in that time, they had this running back in college, played for USC, named Reggie Bush.
I know who Reggie Bush is.
Right. And
From ESPN, you know. And he's
So,
one of the ones that be like talking about the game and shit.
yeah, he used to talk on Fox. But he got in 2000 and what year was it? 2010. He allegedly got stripped, winning the Heisman Trophy that he had got awarded in 2005.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, and they took away from him because they said he was taking money. The NCAA said he was taking money, which, as we all know, we've both been to college, and we just had a gentleman come here earlier that played football for Virginia State University and say, hey, man, as a college athlete, you don't get paid shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was a student that was playing intramural sports and shit. I know you ain't get shit for that. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I went to college, you know, on whatever they thought it was supposed to be. And the actuality was I was a broke motherfucker with a flip phone, a Virgin Mobile. That I had to load $20 on that prepaid minutes, and the code would burn the bitches up. But what I'm saying is they end up taking the boy Heisman away from him. And it's only for the players who had played after him, everybody got compensated. And it's
They
fucked
need to
up.
get that shit back then.
So they did give it back to him. They gave it back to him this week. But
That's what's up. But it's still,
it took them motherfuckers 14 years to get that boy's Heisman back. He even did a commercial on Wendy's. Like throwing shade at the NCAA or not the NCAA, the National Heisman Committee, saying like, "Yo, what the fuck, yo? Like, everybody getting paid for this name, image, and likeness shit. The fucking school is getting paid off of my name, image, and likeness on NCAA football. Every time they buy a Reggie Bush goddamn jersey, I ain't getting no money from that. And y'all take my Heisman away from me? Like, what the fuck, right? And it had me deep. It had me dive deep. And I wanted to say that." Because that ain't only the first time the National Heisman Committee fucked
like,
up.
college sports, like you can buy, but like when Reggie Bush was in college, you can buy a Reggie Bush jersey.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't think they had their names on the back of it, but niggas knew who the fuck the jersey was. If the nigga wore 5, ain't nobody gonna wear number 45. They're gonna either buy Reggie Bush, Matt Liner, or what was the other boy's name? Can't think of his name. The big boy, number 21. Can't think of his name. But anyway, they would have bought one of them 3 jerseys. And every time they bought a jersey, you know, they represented that player. You know, not only the school, but that player.
I'm about to check and see.
And
College.
so, yeah, but what I was saying, the National Heisman Committee, they ain't the first time they fucked up. It's another time they fucked up later on down the road. Not to mention Cam Newton. The National Heisman Committee, they said that they needed someone to own up for allegedly somebody taking money from the Cam Newton camp when he was playing for Auburn, and which there wasn't. They didn't take no money from what Cam Newton said from the Cam Newton podcast, the 4th and 1 podcast that I follow as well. But he was like, "Yo, I ain't take no money." So, but being that, you know, Cam Newton stamped that dude, you know, his pops, you know, he was like, "Hey, if they want to blame somebody, they can blame him." You know, although, you know, no money was taken, his dad wanted to take the blame for it so Cam Newton could play football, right? And so he ended up playing the football game. I think they won. I can't remember who it was. But he was saying along the lines that, like, when it came time to the Heisman ceremony or whatever, before they picked the player, they told Cam Newton and told his dad, hey, it'd be better if you didn't come to the award ceremony. And Cam Newton won the goddamn Heisman that year. And it was fucked up because, you know, his dad was the same dude who took him to them, them little practices, the pee-wee football games, you know what I'm saying, high school game, helped train him, helped lift weights, gave him, direction in life. And when it got to the point where, like, this is the biggest thing he accomplished at that time, his dad couldn't be involved in the shit. But ever since then, after Cam Newton won the Heisman, and, like, every year when they pick the Heisman winner, they have all the previous Heisman Trophy winners come there and congratulate him to the Hall. Like,
And
it's like the Hall of Fame.
never included and weren't being able to participate.
Oh, no,
They
he
took
was
it
always
from him?
he was always included, but his dad was never included to come to see his ceremony. Cam Newton said he'd never come. He'll never go. Yeah, but the wild part about it, the reason why I say that is because majority of the athletes we talking about, y'all, if y'all don't know who Cam Newton is, who Reggie Bush is, they're African American. I call them American. They're just black dudes that play football for the
Black American.
Black Americans, but they are black guys, right? But it's funny because it took a guy that I guess we can say he got drafted. Where that draft time at? It took a white guy that got drafted to the I guess the dark side of the athletes, Mr. Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football. He came out and he said something along the lines like, "Hey, he called the Heisman Committee out, and I ain't saying he got pulled because he ain't in the league, but after he said what he said, all of a sudden now everybody, you know what I'm saying, gave Ray Bush his flowers back. So, like, shout out to Johnny Manziel, Mr. Johnny Football for being a goddamn ally, because he was an ally. If y'all don't know, Johnny Manziel got in a lot of trouble. He got that money, success, and fame, and they call him Johnny Football. He used that name to his advantage, and when he got in the NFL, he couldn't do shit because he got drafted by the Cleveland Browns, and they weren't really hitting no shit, but that's besides the point. So, just moving right along. I guess we're gonna stay on sports for a little while longer. You might know this guy, Nicole, because I got a lot of topics I wanted to talk about, but I felt like if I gave it another week, the shit wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So for those who don't know, I know we talked about on our last podcast, the slam dunk contest winner, Nate Robinson. He needs a kidney. He still needs a kidney. I think my brother's still trying to find out what his blood type is. So Nate Robinson, he out there now looking for that. But back to the slam dunk contest. Mr. Slam Dunk himself, Blake Griffin, announced his retirement from basketball on Instagram. I believe it was last week. He wrote a letter to basketball and all that stuff. And if I had, my co-host here, I would ask him, what's the greatest, Blake Griffin moment? I'm quite sure they probably ain't got many. But for me, it was probably, y'all probably thinking when he tried to dunk over the fucking Kia. But he really ain't dunk over the Kia Optima on the Kia Slam Dunk contest when Kia had it. But it was cool to see him try to dunk over the car. But that's not my favorite moment. My favorite Blake Griffin moment is when he was at the basketball game and he was at the scores table and fans was talking shit to him, right? And he had a cup of Gatorade and then he was looking at the Jumbotron trying to react to the goddamn call that was on the Jumbotron. And he took his cup, Nicole, and he just spilled the water on the motherfucker behind him on purpose. That was my favorite Blake Griffin moment. So shout out to Blake Griffin. Happy retirement.
The motherfuckers behind him was probably low key kind of hype. Oh shit!
Nah, they were
Blake
talking pure shit to him. Like people be heckling and shit. Same shit you do when you was at the Green Bay game talking to the 49ers athletes. Fuck y'all, motherfuckers! It was bad. And other news, come jumping back and forth to the NBA, NFL. Tom Brady said, hey, he's not opposed to a comeback. In all honesty, looking at what I seen last year in the NFL, I wouldn't mind watching the motherfucker play. I'm be real, but that's neither here nor there. And speaking of comebacks, 2 comebacks, all right, and this is no longer sports related. We're moving right along to the MCU. And I'm going to start off with this one. Mr. Robert Downey Jr., a.k.a. Iron Man himself, he said he may be trying to save the MCU again. He's not objected to returning as the Iron Man. So I figured, hey, that's cool. But then yesterday, I saw something that blew my mind. You ready for it? Mm-hmm. So what blew my mind was they had a picture of Wesley Snipes. And he was dressed up as Blade. And it said, Wesley Snipes might reprise his role as Blade in the Marvel Universe. So shout out. Yeah. I guess it's comeback season, yo,
Let's go Wesley Snipes.
for all the shit. And I mean, I know some people say, hey, man, history repeats itself. You know, back in the 70s, you know, afros was out and everybody got long hair again. So it is what it is. I'm digging to come back, yo. If y'all can distract me from the real shit, at least it had the distraction be worthwhile. And speaking of that, what you watching on TV now? What we watched last night?
Oh, Them.
Yeah, so Them is back. For y'all who don't know, Them was a series that came out back in 2001 on Amazon Prime. If you haven't seen it, it was Amazon Prime. No, not 2021. Damn. I'm 20 years back. 2021. 21. So it came out in 2021. And it was pretty good. It was like majority black cast. And I think they was dealing with like racism and stuff like that. And other kind of supernatural stuff or whatever. But it's pretty good. I don't want to spoil it, but it's been out for a while. Them season 1 is pretty good, but now they got a Them season 2. And this is put in the 1991 Los Angeles, like right after the Rodney King stuff. And it's pretty good. Like, I don't want to give too much away. It's a lot of, supernatural stuff or whatever. But it's this, I want to say the same lady played in the first jump, played in the new jump, yo. I think so. Check that. But I think the first lady that played in the first jump playing in the second season. Like, she didn't reprise her role. She's somebody else. But it's dope to see the same actress. You know what I'm saying? The same, you know what I'm saying? It's the same, I guess, universe or saga, what the fuck you want to call it, shit. But it's pretty good. So that's what we watching, Them. We still ain't finished, what the hell is that? Avatar, Last Airbender. We ain't finished that. Nicole lately been watching the fucking Walking Dead, like, I don't even fucking
got some
get it.
real shit coming out with it, so I was trying to catch up.
No.
Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Talking to your mic, 'cause I can't.
My bad.
Yeah, so, yeah, she got the Walking Dead going with her. What else? Of course. Oh, yeah, of course. I would be remiss if I don't mention this. The WWE is rebranding for all of y'all who wrestling fans. So they got new tag team titles. They got world tag team titles, and they got the WWE tag team titles. Them shits look dope. I'm hype about that. Speaking of that, wrestling come on tonight. I'm gonna try to catch it.
Well, speaking of wrestling,
What's up?
I seen this picture or meme or whatever on one of them social medias. And it was a dude sitting at a table, right? He had a sign and said, fans that bring they WWE belts
Mm-hmm.
to the ring or whatever, to the Coliseum, wherever the hell they have the show at, that they need to defend their title if they're going to bring their belt.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What? What?
I second that motion because I would love to go to a wrestling match. I've been working out too, and them wrestling belts are expensive as fuck. For y'all who don't know, if you want to get a nice replica wrestling belt, them bitches cost you about PS5 or Xbox just to walk around the house with that bitch over your shoulder. And I would love to, dibble dabble in wrestling. I got a homeboy that does wrestling, Mr. Sledge Gibson himself. But he has lately been on some really, 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 really pause-worthy shit. And I told y'all, last time we spoke about Sledge Gibson, he was, clapping cheeks somewhere. He had, middle-aged white people saying that shit. But I was scrolling through my timeline, yo, and it blew me because I stopped right in the tracks, and I was like, what are they fucking saying? And the crowd was like, twist his dick, twist his dick. And I was like, are they really saying that? And then the camera go to him, and the dude twisting the nigga dick, man. So I'm like, Sledge Gibson. That's some pause-worthy shit, my boy. Nonetheless, I mean.
So the other person was twisting his dick,
No,
or
he
he
was-
was twisting the other person's dick?
Well, thankfully, he was twisting somebody else's dick, but I don't know. It was still pause-worthy, no Diddy. He need to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? He got to come back with no Diddy. Oh, yeah. So, look, hey, I'm glad we did this. A special segment. I don't know if you heard, but Gucci Mane came out with a song yesterday. The bitch called No Diddy. The Gucci Mane. So, if y'all ain't heard that Gucci Mane, No Diddy, I think I got that loaded to the playlist, too. I know if I play that, I'm going to get copyright strike, but it's real funny. And I don't know if you know this Gucci Man, this version of Gucci Man in the world MCU is a clone or whatever the fuck it is, but at least you can understand this version of Gucci Man. You know, for the listeners out there. But I thought that was weird as shit to see Gucci Man talk about. I was like, damn, everybody got beef with P. Diddy on that shit he done did. So it's crazy as hell. But I'm gonna give me something to drink, man. You ain't got nothing to say?
Well, back to Nate Robinson and him needing the kidney and all that.
Okay.
If anybody know how Carell can find out if he can donate his kidney to Nate Robinson, you know, put it in the comments.
Yeah, I think yeah, you can put it in the comments, but I think it's a website you can go to where they, you know, I think as a matter of fact, it's called the Black Web, where they're actually looking for people like us, black people. Hey, it might get muted somehow, some way where the algorithm work. Yeah, this might get muted, but yeah, I think the Black Web where they be selling a lot of fucking black people body parts and shit. And I ain't trying to get into those conspiracies, but it is what it is. Oh yeah. I would be remiss. We did see something, yo, that blew my mind, and I wanted to talk about it weeks before, but I wanted to make sure I finished watching the series, which was that goddamn Quiet on the Set documentary. Had me fucked up, yo. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Nickelodeon shit.
Yeah, Nickelodeon jump. Yeah. The dude Drake and Josh, man. That's some wild shit.
Yeah.
Man.
It's sad.
Wow.
And it, like me, you know, me previously working at a place that was literally nothing but sex offenders at the sex offender rehabilitation place, like,
quite sure they had some crazy
sex
conversations.
offender isn't necessarily always what you mentally think a sex offender is.
Okay.
Or
talk
with
about
the
it.
mental image, what your mental image is of what a sex offender is. You could have a sex offender that look like normal, like they don't look like the type of person that, you know, the only way that they gon' I mean,
I don't know. I just,
you know, what is your mental image that pops in your head when you think of somebody that's a sex offender?
I mean, it ain't a mental image for me. It's a way they carry themselves. Like, it's a lot of motherfuckers that I see in my walk that, like, you can see it in their eyes the way they're looking at a motherfucker. I'm like, yo, nigga, you creepy as a bitch, yo. Like, what the fuck? Like you, like a nigga I can look at a nigga, look at a female and be like mentally, like, I don't know, for lack of a better words, undressing her or something, and they'd be like, yo, what the fuck wrong with you, yo? Why you look at her like that? You know what I'm saying? And that's my mental image of a sex offender, because I see niggas who be looking like, damn girl, if you I would, man, what the fuck, yo? Chill out. Like, that shit ain't attractive. That's some creepy shit, yo. And I say that because I got a daughter, and I don't mind sunning a nigga, you know what I'm saying, on the behalf of somebody else's daughter, but in the same token. And I ain't saying, saying that to say sound like an old head, but like, you can't attract that bullshit either. You know, for the young ladies out there listening, watching, and learning, y'all can't be attracting that bullshit either. With like I said, we done spoke on the fake shit, like the BBL, stuff like that, and wear the extra tight clothes and shit like that. Because y'all attracting the wrong type of fucking nigga, and then y'all gonna want to feel victimized when the shit happen. But in the same token, it's just like, these motherfuckers, that's my visual or my interpretation of what a sex offender is. So back to your point. My bad. I ain't want to take over.
You good? Well, like, when I was in training at the place I worked at, they asked us all, what do you think before we did the tour in the actual facility, what do you think a sex offender looks like?
That's a dumbass question.
So, no, not really. Because most people's opinion on what they think visually what a sex offender look like was pretty much the same. I mean, we had white people, black people.
What was it?
Males, females in the class, right?
Okay. And what was there?
Damn near everybody said older white male.
How?
Like an old ass white man. But
fucked up.
I mean, it's not though, because yes, you have a lot of it fits the mental image with a lot of them.
Okay.
But you do have people that are sex offenders. And when I say this place I worked at wasn't a place where they had one sex crime, it was like multiple sex crimes. So they did their time in jail or whatever, but they were deemed by the courts that they were not suitable for the community, so they had to have therapy before they could go into the community. So they were considered sexually violent predators. So they were people that were at higher risk for reoffending and doing the same type shit. Okay. So it ain't like a type thing where, oh, I got to register for a sex offender because back in the day, I whipped my shit out to take a piss in public. Now I'm a fucking sex offender, which they have changed that.
Oh, they have?
Yeah.
Oh,
now it's just a pissing in public charge. But it used to actually be a sex crime.
Well, shout out for that, because for niggas had to hold their piss. That's exactly why I ain't do that shit. But go ahead, though.
But you have people look like normal motherfuckers, young people our age.
Oh yeah, because they.
And then like you would think that the person that would rape somebody would be somebody that you would look at them like, yeah, it ain't no way they gonna get none by somebody willingly. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like it ain't no girl gonna get none up to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you even had guys that be locked up there, and it's like, now I know some people that I know that's married and everything, and them motherfuckers ugly as a bitch.
But you know the wild part about it,
but there's someone out there for everybody.
Yeah, but
so why you had to rape somebody?
Yeah, so I can't really speak on that aspect, but what I can say is, like, and this coming from somebody who ain't really been working in the workplace for a lot of women until now, but like, it'd be like people saying shit to female like employees at work, and I'd be like, yo, that's harassment, my nigga. Like, I'm gonna call it what it is, yo. Like, you can't be trying to goddamn, you know what I'm saying? A bitch tell you, well, not a bitch, somebody tell you no, you got to respect that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just move the fuck on instead of, oh, come on, why you playing for? It's like, yo, like, in all honesty, and I don't want to sound like the nerd motherfucker, because I don't sound like that. Like, I'm not gonna be like, hey man, that conversation you have with her makes me uncomfortable. I'm gonna be like, yo, the bitch told you no, yo. Like, keep it moving, man. Like, out of respect, like, move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody out there for you, but evidently the shit that, you know what I'm saying, and the same aspect on the other side of the coin, for some females out here, they want the fucking attention too. And they, egg it on to a point where it's like, oh, so keep bothering me. It's like, well, I guess you might want to take that to your supervisor, because I ain't your goddamn supervisor. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to say ain't no goddamn body but myself. You know what I'm saying? You got to a point where you warranted the shit so much by your goddamn uniform being tight. You know what I'm saying? You playing along because motherfucker buying you lunch. I mean, sooner or later, the nigga want to get some kind of reciprocation. You know what I'm saying? So it is two sides to that coin. But yeah, for me, it was just wild to witness that, hand in hand, because in the firehouse, it ain't that really, unless them dudes is on that wild shit, but it ain't that much, weird shit going on in there. That's, human resource type shit, harassment type shit, you know what I'm saying? Other than the, what you call that shit? The hazing and shit, but that's another topic, you know what I'm saying, for another pod, because I can go on that. I can go on a tangent with that shit. But yeah, that quiet on the set shit just really did have me like, wow. But in the same token, to continue to talk about that, it was a lot of fucking racism on that shit too. Like, I would say the black kids who parents like ours would have been speaking on our behalf would get lesser roles, would not get a call back and shit like that, which fucked their relationships up, because the kids think, hey, this is my big break. You know what I'm saying? But it's like being a child.
Fucked it up.
Yeah, but being a child, it's like, you don't know what the fuck you don't know. You know what I'm saying? What these people intentions are for you. You know what I'm saying? You just look at it like, hey, I want to be here with my friends. That's my big break. Your mom or your dad, they look at you like, hey, man, everything ain't what the fuck you think it is. You know what I'm saying? They had them sex offenders and shit around the kids and stuff like that. Making passes on it, having kids do wild shit. And I think by the time like Ariana Grande and all of them got on the show, I was old. I ain't watch that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So, but to see to look at it, it's like, damn, niggas doing some wild shit on these jump. Like, I think by that time I was looking at Disney Channel. I'm quite sure they didn't got their own goddamn tell-all story about to come out because everybody getting exposed. But yeah, by that time I was watching Disney
They
Channel.
ought to, because didn't they hire the same motherfucker that got caught with the up with the Nickelodeon shit?
Yeah, they did. So yeah, speaking of Disney Channel, yo, I don't think this is a Disney Channel, but I guess childhood stars, right? And for y'all who don't know, who follow, music, I'm a big music connoisseur, and I try to listen to a lot of music. I feel like music is, really the gateway to a lot of stuff. Spiritually, music was made originally to, to glorify God. But I said to say this: the music that's out now is wow. But Coachella is going on now. Well, I think it just wrapped up, and I seen some pause-worthy shit on Coachella.
Oh shit! You talking about fucking Jaden Smith and what's the white boy name?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, so
fucking Jaden Smith humping his ass.
Yeah, that was wild. And then kiss my man on the cheek. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are they doing out there? Are y'all that goddamn bored? They gotta do wild ass crazy shit. And the Coachella, like I ain't never been. Last time I heard about it was when Beyonce was there. My cousin, she happened to win. I was like, oh, that look dope. But so the Coachella jump, it was a couple of highlights, but that was one of them that kind of threw me off. I was like, yo, them niggas was wild for one. No Diddy. Yeah, but Jaden Smith was like, he was trying to hump Justin Bieber, and he kind of warranted it. You know what I'm saying? So in that space, if that was a workplace, that would have been cause for harassment. I think. But oh yeah. So speaking of Jaden Smith, I was hyped about one thing about Coachella, yo. Know what it was?
What?
Will Smith came out there and goddamn all right. Will Smith came out there and he did the Men in Black performance. He did a Men in Black performance. Yeah. And like you could tell it, like he would look, but he was out of breath and everything, but he did it like it won't no lip singing or none of this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I could have took back from that was the one dude that looked, I guess he was supposed to be an alien or whatever. That dude was annoying as fuck. Cause like I go back and watch it, the Will Smith Coachella performance, it was dope to see Will Smith get back on the stage and do his Men in Black performance. But the other dude that was on there was wow, real pause worthy as well, light skinned guy. He had all silver shiny suit on, no Diddy, as well. But speaking of Will Smith, Bad Boys 4 is coming out, and all movie theaters. Not gonna be on streaming platforms, thankfully.
When it come out?
I want to say it's June. I want to say it's June.
I wonder if we got to buy our tickets now.
I don't know. We might want to go check that. But we're gonna damn sure have our feet up, probably fucked up at the cinema. What do they call it? Cinema Cafe. Yeah. So we're gonna definitely be checking for that. The Bad Boys 4 or whatever the fuck it's called.
Checking as we speak.
Oh yeah. So back to Coachella, yo. It was one last thing I saw pissed me off, and it pissed me off and it hurt. But the Rockefeller R.I.P. R.I.P. Where is it at? Where is that? I can't even find my boards, yo. But R.I.P. to the Rockefeller chain, yo. For y'all who don't know, there's an artist by the name of Jay-Z came out with this chain. There's an R on the record. It stood for Rockefeller, Rock La Familia. Anyway, the Rockefeller chain is no more. The dude, Lil Uzi Vert, he was rocking the Rockefeller chain, and the nigga looked like Cisco. He had like finger waves or whatever in his head. I think it was dyed red. And he had this fucking pause-worthy ass jumpsuit, leather shit on, and he had a fucking handbag like a bitch would wear. And after his performance, that was pause-worthy, no Diddy, he grabbed the mic. Well, he been had the mic. Grabbed the mic. Wow. He grabbed the mic and he was like, "To all my fans, I know y'all been wondering." He trying to catch his breath and I guess take in the moment. But I love y'all. I'm like, nigga, you was about to tear everybody you gay, yo. Like, be real, man. Like, just tell everybody you fag, man. That's what it is, man. If that's what you do, that's what you do, yo. But I just feel like he really did hurt the Rockefeller chain tremendously. So hopefully Hove is no longer representing that. I think he do Rock Nation, but still, it's just still wild to see that the Rockefeller chain just kind of Thanos, he snapped his finger and that shit was gone now. I'm so glad I ain't got one. I bought one. But I do got a Cash Money chain on the way. My wife don't know about that, though. I'm just fucking with you. I ain't got one. I just fucking with you. I ain't got one. I might, though. So let's see. Moving right along. Yeah, but the Will Smith performance, it was kind of dated. But it was still cool to see. Cause I say with dated, want a lot of production went into it. Just him rapping, like he do. But like I said, the Slip Star dude, he was kind of suggesting shit. He kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. Pause. Oh yeah. So speaking of music. And I know we debated this before on the podcast show, but I wanted to give Mr. Chris Brown his flowers, yo. And the reason why I want to give Chris Brown his flowers because we can do that. But before we go, because we're gonna have to take a brief intermission, we gotta get some things done. But yeah, I want to give Chris Brown his flowers because he him. You know that you heard the Chris Brown him and Quavo. With all the beef, yeah. Chris Brown, son the nigga. I mean, killed him. I was like, Chris Brown rapping. And I was like, damn, Chris Brown can rap, do art, he dance, he sang. Chris Brown that dude. And he produced all his music. So yeah, Chris Brown is officially.
He need to get off that shit.
I don't think he owned that shit. See, I just feel like they didn't put some shit out there because being his past, man.
His appearance.
Man, Chris Brown look healthy, man. You gotta think people go through shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like my man got to get humble. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like maybe he won't eat. Like motherfucker say he was on some shit. Maybe he just won't eat. Maybe he was just depressed, state of depression. Well, ain't nobody got his best interest on his back. You know what I'm saying? But his circle of influence, and maybe it ain't that many people. You know what I'm saying? That he can probably confide in. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess you get to that point in life, you get into a tier like that where it's just like, these motherfuckers ain't give us, they just take us. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's different when you surrounded by a bunch of fucking cheerleaders and a goddamn coach. You know what I'm saying? It's way different. Everybody gonna tell you what they want you to hear so they can get something out the fucking deal. But when it come time for the nigga that's helping everybody that need help, the fucking room get quiet. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, shout out to Chris Brown for going through that adversity, growing, and then now he just sunning niggas, man, that's supposed to be rappers and calling them out on their bullshit. Just keep it strictly raps and music, but Chris Brown, that nigga. All right, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief intermission, and we're going to be back to the show, all right? Go ahead, Nicole.
I'd say speed.
All right, so we back. Do excuse interrupting the middle of the podcast. Yeah, from the intermission. We back.
Had a meeting to go to.
Oh yeah, what kind of meeting was it?
Uprising 6th grader meeting.
Yeah, so we try to, do the parently thing, and we made a day of it though. We got a rising 6th grader on our hands, so just want to give my son, who's supposed to be on the boards, Taj on the boards, is no longer that. Give him a round of applause for making it this far in life, and this is a new chapter in life. I think this is a very important. Excuse me, yeah, very important milestone and chapter in his young adolescence. There's gonna be a lot of experiences and stuff that he's gonna be able to experience on his own. A lot of responsibility.
And a lot of things in middle school has changed since we was in middle school.
Yeah, I sound like a goddamn dinosaur when I was talking to these people. They were like, man, I don't do that shit no more, man.
They don't do like the agendas no more.
Yep.
They don't have lockers no more.
Niggas ain't got no lockers.
They ain't got to change out for gym class no more.
Ain't it? And that was the biggest. Look, hold up. I was mad about that. I said, man, fuck that. That would made me more self-conscious about my weight. You know what I'm saying? Not to get on a rant, but I was like, you ain't got to change out for no gym no more, man. Like, this what made you want to goddamn work out, want to go to PE. You know what I'm saying? Put the gym shorts on, and everybody talking shit. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's like, hey, this is my coming to Jesus moment, whether I need to work out or I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, niggas ain't got to dress out for gym no more. What pissed me off the most is when niggas ain't got no thick ass books.
Hell yeah.
They carrying their book bags. Everybody got a laptop. Shit, wow, yo.
Said basically all they need is a binder.
That's all they need.
And they Chromebooks.
Luckily for Taj, he gonna start school with a goddamn tan, a 2-week tan. Cause we're gonna be coming back home from the beach, and he gonna join all his middle school mates. So So yeah, shout out to Taj.
Extra chocolatey.
Yep. Pause.
He is some
No diddy.
chocolatey.
He light skinned, so he'll be like
He gonna be like a little Tootsie Roll.
probably okay.
Depending on how sunny it is.
Yep, depending on how sunny it is. So before we left for our pretty brief intermission, it is I got a hot take, yo. And I saw it when I was going to the I don't know why I said this, but you know how I feel about gas station chicken, and we just ate some gas station chicken from Royal Farms. But that is not the subject at hand. I saw something that was very poignant, and it was part of my topic list as well. And so we went and got some gas station chicken, and they had a sign on the window. And the sign on the window said, no book bags allowed. And I was like, you're damn right. So I wanted to give Royal Farms a salute and a round of applause for, having that it be part of their rules or regulations when you go into their gas station restaurant.
It also said no more than 2 unaccompanied children.
Yeah, because niggas be stealing shit. You know how young ass niggas do. Which is wild because that's why they be so goddamn energetic, because they ain't holding no heavy ass books in their book bags. The lady told us something that was overwhelming. All right, before I get to my hot take, the lady told something that was overwhelming to me. She said per month it's 38% of middle school students with absenteeism. So that means to tell me these parents ain't doing what the fuck they need to be doing, yo. Like as parents, like what do y'all do? You like if you getting up and going to work, one, how early are you going, or how late are you going, and two, like we're not having these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was your day? Or three, your phone gotta get goddamn be ringing. You know what I'm saying? For the absenteeism. But that's not my hot take. Back to the book bag hot take. And my hot take is people with book bags. I feel them, I really deem them untrustworthy. I'm gonna be real. Cause you don't know what's in them motherfuckers for one. And in my jobs, a lot of people who, they, unfortunate, being
Went
upon
down the wrong path.
Yeah, the series of circumstances and decisions they made in life. I guess in that book bag is really their life.
Yeah.
But I just don't trust them motherfuckers that wear book bags on a day-to-day basis. I couldn't stand wearing my book bag. I made it look cool when I was in school. It was always empty, but it looked like I had something in there. You know what I'm saying? And I was a gifted kid. But enough about me. People with book bags really, I just can't trust them. You know what I'm saying? And every time people come to my place of work, I look at them long and hard, pause, no diddy, about them opening their goddamn book bag up in front of me because I don't know what the fuck in there. And I always be ready because I'm on, cold yellow.
I think places, if you're going to allow people to come into your facility or establishment, wherever, with book bags, put a sign up there. If you come in this property with a book bag, we can search your book bag.
I ain't trying to look at none of that nasty looking shit. Because the people who
I
wear the
know
book
that,
bags
but
is-
you also you're taking a step in security because, like you said, you don't know what the fuck's in their book bag.
Yeah, that is true. Yep, that is true. Yeah, so that was just my hot take, y'all. People with book bags just really they do something to me. But in a lighter note, because it just came to my mind, I want to shout out first and foremost. I know y'all know that spring has sprung, like I said before, and we are in the season of really baseball being at the forefront right now. It's pretty soon gonna be the only thing gonna be on after the NBA playoffs and finals is over with. And I say that to say this. I like to shout out Mr. Marcus Stroman. I don't know if y'all don't know who Marcus Stroman is, but he's a pitcher for the New York Yankees, right? And he did something that was dope as fuck, yo. I don't know Mr. Stroman's nationality, but from his name, he don't sound like he's Hispanic. So I just want to give him a round of applause for that. But he did something that really it caught my eye.
What do you do?
this nigga was at the mound as a pitcher, right? You know how pitchers, you know, they got their own little thing, whether they, you know, look a certain way and shit. My nigga had a do-rag on under his Yankee hat. Shit was dope, yo. I was like, yo, he got fucking... So he played against Toronto Blue Jays just about a week or so ago.
He had the cape out.
No, he had the cape, like, you know how I used to do it, had the jump folded back.
Like
yeah, I was like, yo. And the way he did it, he was at the mound, about ready to pitch, and he had the jump. And I think he either moved the jump or like I caught the clip, so I don't know if he tied that bitch up at the mound or he tied it up in the locker room with the dugout or whatever. But I caught him just putting the hat on, and the announcer was like, Mr. Marcus Stroman, he's doing double duty. He got like 2 hats on. I'm like, nigga, no, that's a do-rag and a 5950, my nigga. So shout out to Marcus Stroman for having that do-rag activity on the mound at Yankee Stadium, yo, against the Blue Jays. I don't know if they won that game, but he did definitely win a fan in my book. So Marcus Stroman, your jersey on the way, bro. Got to. I ain't never had a New York Yankees jersey since middle school. And that middle school jersey, man, I got a story about that one. So y'all ready for story time?
Hell yeah. I ain't never heard this one.
All right, so story time. So I'm, as y'all can see, I'm very much creative. You know, hence Twin2ition presents Clear the Air. I'm very much creative. You know, I was very, very, and this is my middle school years. So this also plays a major part in the upbringing of Carrie. Y'all know him as Hoggie. Myself, how everything went. And I don't remember where I got this Yankees jersey from. Probably Alex, right? And the reason why I got, like, whenever we get hand-me-down shit, you know, from niggas in the hood, it's always something wrong with it. It's a defect in that motherfucker, right? And I never forget to this day, the Yankees jersey, I can't remember whose jersey it was, but it was the pinstripe jump, right? And they had the American League on one shoulder, and they had the Yankees patch on the left breast, and I can't remember what was on the other sleeve. I think it was a Majestic, as a matter of fact, a Majestic jersey. And the pinstripe on one of the stripes, well, it was a white pinstripe jersey. And whoever did laundry that day mistaked that Yankees jersey to be white clothes. And they bleached the bitch. Yep, they bleached it. So, you know, me and my creative mind, you know, first thing I did was, you know, we didn't have Google. We didn't have, you know, none of the searches and stuff. So I had to catch the game on TV. And
I know you ain't draw your lines and shit back.
So I had to put my so I had to So I had to put my lines on the jersey. Steady hand, mind you. And I had to make sure I get the Yankees logo colors right as well. And the wild part about that shit, Nicole, like I said, I'm still a young adolescent, so, you know, I ain't making my own money yet. We won't privy to have allowance and shit. I had to use washable markers, yo. So every time I got the jersey washed, I had to do it over all over again. So I just wanted to let y'all know that the struggle is real. Like, I want to let y'all know that, you know, this shit right here just didn't happen overnight. This is like... It's definitely been. I got really good at it, you know, putting the stripes on it. And I wouldn't say all the stripes was missing. It was like a couple of stripes was fucked up. So luckily for me, I had to make sure I matched them blues. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to ask. So how the fuck did you get the right color blue?
So with the washable markers, you know how the blue is. So I had
to
to.
be dark enough.
So I'm glad you asked. So I had to be strategic and making sure I had enough blue and a little bit of black. You know, go over them lines and shit. So. I did have the right tools. I had a
use a ruler and shit.
Yeah, I did have a ruler. But yeah, when it came to the Yankee logo, it kind of varied depending upon, you know, when I put it together. So, yep, and that was that was a story from way back when. So the more you know, you're welcome.
Funny.
Yeah. So just move right. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, kind of, you know, let y'all know that you know. Twin2ition presents Clear the Air, you know what I'm saying, it's a safe space. You can speak your truths. It's all right. But if y'all can, you know, just leave a comment. You know, just tell me, you know, how I could change the content a little bit. Definitely share, you know, send a like. Tell a friend and tell somebody about it. Anything we can change, feel free to leave a comment, man. So that was just really, I just wanted to kind of, throw that out there to y'all. And, it's always funny when I can laugh with y'all as y'all laugh at me. So moving right along. Let's see.
So
What else? What else?
with the draft
Which one?
last night,
Okay.
how you feel? I don't really follow college and shit like that. So the guy that our first round pick, Jordan Jordan Morgan,
Mm-hmm.
is that a good pick?
I mean, he an offensive lineman, so hopefully his job only consists of one fucking thing. You know what that is?
Is he like the same position as Bakhtiari?
Yeah. So his job consists
So
of one thing.
Bakhtiari finally hurt ass ain't gonna be. Well, he retired, didn't he?
I don't know. I can't remember, but I'm just mad because I never got to wear that 69 jersey, all fucking season long. So I'm kind of upset about that. So, but yeah, so Mr. Jordan Morgan, I'd like to congratulate him and welcome to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ain't shit to do but play football and go home and play the game and do what the fuck you do at home. So
Got some good ass cheese curds out there.
cheese curds are good. The people are really nice and friendly. I don't know if they just like talking to black people out there or what, but it was just crazy to go out there and it was just a football town. And that's all they cared about. From my understanding though, looking at a lot of these artists like Nicki Minaj, Drake, and all them people, they do music and do tours. When they do tour and go to Wisconsin, they go to Milwaukee. So I guess Milwaukee's the black part of Wisconsin. So yeah, so Jordan Morgan, he's gonna be an offensive lineman. He picked number one, so his job consists of one thing, and that's protecting the fucking quarterback. Just as long as you can do that, you good in my book, yo. If you miss it, I mean, come on, you got fresh legs. I mean, fresh as they gonna be in the NFL.
At the end of the day, as long as he don't get hurt, he already one up from Bakhtiari was, 'cause that nigga was hurt like every season for at least half the damn season for like the past 3 seasons.
Once they got that money, he was hurt every year. I'm like, damn. So now, you waited to hold all your call outs until you got paid. I see what you did, bitch, motherfucker. Yeah. So unfortunately, yeah, that was Bakhtiari's demise. And then once you get paid, it's like it is what it is. So I would say that those dudes did hold Green Bay to ransom. I think he's our last guy. They got held for ransom. It's unfortunate because a guy that I think would have probably retired as a Packer would have been my man Jones, man. He would have wanted to retire as a Packer.
I seen something saying that Green Bay really wanted him back.
But they weren't trying to pay him.
Yeah.
And he took 2 pay cuts. While everybody else getting raises, he getting a 25-cent raise and everybody else getting $1. He was like, man, fuck y'all. I'm out. If y'all can't pay me, I'm out.
I just think Aaron Rodgers just did the whole situation fucked up because if you knew you wanted to fucking leave, why the fuck you take that money?
Yeah, hopefully they can make a last dance for the Packers, on how Aaron Rodgers, his demise, he kind of destroyed it.
Aaron Rodgers took that money.
He did the same thing Brett Favre did.
Aaron Rodgers took the money and signed that contract with Green Bay, which caused us to have to lose Adams.
And then after that, it was just a domino.
And then
Zadarius Smith ain't get re-signed.
We couldn't re-sign Adams because we couldn't afford to pay Adams because we paid Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
For the literally next fucking season, your ass go to fucking
New York. Yeah. But it is what it is.
You could have left that fucking year and we could have saved that fucking money.
Yeah, but in all honesty, for me, like that wound don't even hurt no more.
Could have gave that money to Adams instead of Rodgers.
That wound don't hurt no more.
Could have split that money between Adams and Jones.
Yeah, but I'm at peace.
And both of them asses could have still been there.
I'm at peace because those who know me, when I watch football, I'm trying to really slowly wean myself off of it. Last year was a year where I kind of got reeled back in. But I was trying to slowly wean myself off of football. But like I said, those who know me, y'all know how reckless my mouth be, during these games. It's like I ain't telling them what I'm doing, but I'm, kind of, wishing bad on these, athletes and stuff like that. And it's kind of, cool when I was like, damn, hope his ass get hurt. And when Aaron Rodgers get hurt, I was like, thank you, God. Like, and I ain't even verbally, I just mentally said it. and it happened. I felt good. So like I'm cool with it now. Like that wound and healed and scabbed over and fell off, and now it's just a little mark there now. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, but I just look at it like we could have had a lot more better key players still on our team if he would have left before he took that damn money.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, just moving right along. It is something that I really want to talk about, and this is something that's really, really, I guess, telling within our communities. Everybody that's in, I guess our viewing area, even though this is a nationwide, highly distributed, highly touted podcast, Twin2ition presents Clear The Heir. But within our area, within the 804, the Tri-Cities, as well as the Richmond metropolitan area, there's been a lot of teenage shootings and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's been brought to my attention on the news and they're out in the surrounding counties. And I just want to have a call to action. You know what I'm saying? This is a real big call to action.
It started with the parents.
Yeah, and I just, kind of just want your parents, the ones that's, of our age to listen to this. Or if you're a teenager and you got a parent that you think need to hear this, man, just sit down and have a conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what it is. Like, just start a conversation with them. Just talk to them and ask them, tell me about your day. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because when we came from this uprising 6th grader meeting, I know I asked my kids since they started school, can you tell me about your day? Like what good happened on your day? I don't never ask them, how was your day? Mm-hmm. I'll ask, man, what good happened on your day? You know what I'm saying?
All they ask. How was school? They leave it at a one-worded answer.
Yep.
Fine.
Yeah. And I just want to, I'm always big on just, seeking to, find the understanding or just get the information from them because I feel like, the information change situations. And for them, I'm not saying you got to be your children's friend, but you got to be somebody to let them know, like, hey, I'm here for you regardless. And I say that because, like, I do the little shit that I wouldn't say that not a lot of people do. And, like, my kids love them to life. But, like, they be always showing me, like, little shit that they do or what they're interested in. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's making something on the video game or, you know what I'm saying, what they talking about on the little TV shows they're watching. They get my undivided attention. And as y'all can see, I'm pretty busy in what I do in my walk. And I always stop and listen, regardless of if I'm in the middle of a fucking workout, my body hurting. I was like, oh, that's cool. Because I try to have them continue to share the little small shit with me. So when the big shit happens, it's just like, I know I can get to daddy or mommy or whoever and be able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And talk about it openly. And then don't get me wrong. I grew up with, older brothers and a twin brother, everybody, So it is a little couple of nuances that I do have that I'm working on, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to kind of, I want to be that one that can ruffle their feathers before the world try to ruffle their feathers as well. But still be the one that can be able to, they can trust and know that I ain't going to speak their business like my mom did me. I remember when the whole neighborhood and my relatives knew that when my balls split, mom told everybody just came by. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was the fucking mailman. Thank you for the mail. QVC came with that. Oh, by the way, they balls split. Ain't that something? He's like, okay, man. All right. Have a good day. The fuck? So like, I try to keep personal shit personal. But yeah, back to the teenage shooting. It's a lot of young guys out here walking around thinking that they need guns and stuff like that. Like nobody want to talk to nobody. And for me, I'm really big on eye contact. You know what I'm saying? And just having that, that vibration and looking the man in his eye, whether shaking their hand or talking to him, just let them know, hey, you're not in this shit alone. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, for those teenagers out there, their parents more worried about trying to live out their fucking teenage years now because they were hot and whatever and shit in their ass and got kids as a teenager and couldn't grow. Mm-hmm. So now they once their kids are of the age that they think that they are independent. Now they letting their kids do what the fuck they want to do while they do what the fuck they want to do.
Or they're more worried about their kids' social status,
right,
than their education. They're more worried about their social status and how they go to school dressed and shit than worrying about the real life shit.
Right.
They're not. They want them to look the part and everything. Being the cool kid, the popular kid or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then a lot of times the cool kid, the popular kid, as an adult, I look back, a lot of those kids when we were
Talk
in
about it.
school
Mm-hmm.
on drugs,
Talk about it.
been locked up,
Yeah, that's all the cool kids.
DUIs.
Talk about it. Yeah, and it's
Like-
funny. It's funny because I'm glad you made that connection because I was gonna kind of piggyback off that. It's a lot of them cool kids I grew up in school with. I ain't not to name them names because they know who they are. They'll probably be listening to this podcast or they're abroad. But a lot of y'all that was the shit then. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, wow, like
But
when
you
did
got
you do
to
a
show
180?
for it.
Yeah, like when you ain't got nothing to show for it. Because sooner or later, for all the young girls out there that's got the nice shapes and shit, I know you look bad now. You got 5 kids and now you want to say hi to a nigga. What's up? I'm happy. I'm good. Ha ha. To all the guys that was tremendous athletes who got those those college scholarships and rides, but now they working a 9 to 5, looking bad. You know what I'm saying, on drugs or open up an ICF right now. You know what I'm saying. It's not to pass judgment, but it's just very unfortunate.
It's like guide your kids down the right path instead of worrying about them being the cool kid, the popular kid. Who gives a fuck about your popularity in fucking high school, in middle school, whatever?
Right.
That shit don't count for nothing when you're an adult.
Right.
What the fuck is you being the most popular kid in school do for you when you get into the working world?
Right. Yeah.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. And I say that to
You better hope like hell that
What's that?
you being popular attracted one of them nice looking nerd type girls or guys or whatever that's gonna have that job, that's gonna make money, that's gonna support your motherfucking ass.
Yep. And I say that because I can kind of really piggyback off the NFL draft that's happening now. All the first rounders got drafted already, but it's a lot of like ESPN and NFL Network and things of that nature. They got all these cameras and lights like we got here. You know what I'm saying? Having that one athlete, you know what I'm saying, that probably was told yes all his life. You know what I'm saying? This to kind of piggyback to the Rashid Rice situation that's unfolding right now in Kansas City. All those yes men around them fucking want that one child who have yet to been grown, like has grown, has not been told no yet. And now y'all give him this power by giving this all this money and shit. And it's a room full of people there that's all fucking takers. They ain't had nothing to do with your education. You might have had a parent or two there that took you to the football games and the practices and shit like that. But for a lot of them guys, they're inner city guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Where their parents want to be their friends and shit. And like now that they done, got those, those rookie deals, which is way more than Caitlin Clark's $338,000 as a rookie. Now everybody gonna have their fucking hand out. Mm-hmm. But all it takes for one, knee-jerk reaction or one stupid fucking decision, they can lose it all. And those same people that were clapping and cheering you on gonna be the same ones that gonna be pointing blame on you or making you feel away because they ain't got something or they ain't got a piece of the pie. But nobody putting the work.
That's like when our kids become adults, like if they so happen to make it where they have buku money, they ain't got to worry about shit. Like, I don't want our kids to feel like how like these athletes do, like, oh, I gotta buy my mama a house. I gotta buy my mama this. I gotta buy. No, you earned that. Mm-hmm. That's for you.
Right.
Now, if I get it, if your mama is still in the hood and you trying to get your mama out the hood, that's understandable. But that doesn't mean you have to buy her a multi-billion-dollar house.
Yeah, $1 million. I don't think nobody gonna afford $1 billion house. That bad bitch.
Well,
that.
Just said, $1 million house. Mm-hmm. Or you can, like, suppose your mom live in this area, right?
Okay.
You can get your mama a house in Chesterfield somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
You can get your mama a house in Prince George somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
You ain't got to go move mama to L.A.
Oh, no. That's stupid. Yeah, that's dumb. You ain't got to do none of that shit.
Mama ain't from no damn L.A.
Yeah,
Mama don't know shit about no damn L.A.
Yeah, and it's crazy you say that because, that's one side of the spectrum. But then you got a lot of people out here, and like I said, I mentioned the ones that were, great athletes, what I'm saying, back then. And now they ain't hitting on shit. But mentally for them, they're still that great athlete. Like, it's 2024, right? Mm-hmm. And this is we're in April, almost May now. So we almost in the 5th month, 6th month.
Almost in the 5th.
Almost in the 5th month, right? My bad. Time flying. Oh, so we're almost in the 5th month of 2024. So we got 7 left, right? And I say that to say this. I got an iPhone 14. You got one too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember at one point in time, because I tell everybody my struggle, because without telling you my struggle, then you can't respect what I'm trying to convey, what I'm trying to let you know. But my first iPhone was an iPhone 8, and it was a used one.
Mm.
My peoples that gave me one, right?
Mine was what
A SE.
I don't
It was
think
between the
was
5
SE.
and the 6 or some shit.
I don't think it was SE.
But what I'm trying to get at is this, right?
Somebody a coworker gave me
Gave it to you, right?
because he was joking. Hey, you ain't got no iPhone yet.
Okay.
I said shit. I said this shit straight talk.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I was gonna say. So look, for y'all that watching, listening, and learning, I guess this is gonna be the motivational minute for this pod. And so I say that to say this: we got iPhone 14. Now they got the 15s out, right? But I guarantee you, other than straight talk, that's the only way you can get a plan on these goddamn old phones, right? But if you were to go to the Apple store with a, I got a 10 right here in my hand, and I got the 14 on the table over there. But if I was to go to the Apple store with this 10 and say, hey man, I want to get a case for this motherfucker,
They ain't gonna have it.
they ain't gonna have it, right? And I segue back to the individual who was the shit in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who broke all them records or barriers or whatever the fuck it was, scored the most touchdowns, right? What have you done lately? You know what I'm saying? Because when you go to try to check in this 2010 iPhone to validate yourself, hey, I need a case for this junk. Y'all got me? They're gonna look at you like, sir, that's an iPhone 10. I don't think we have those
don't
carry those no more.
They don't even make those.
But we can upgrade you for an iPhone 15. We got a case. We also
protectors.
screen protector. We got all the whole 9 yards. But we no longer support that 2010 version of your phone or whatever year this was. And that's the same thing with your 2000 and whatever success in life. Like you got to stop moving backwards, yo. And I say like everything that you have, everything that you see in this world, it does what? It evolves.
Mm-hmm.
It grows, right? And I say that to say this: not only phones, but cars change.
Yep.
You know,
Look at the cars we had when we first started driving compared to the cars that's coming out now.
even even better. Like, what's the car that got out? The Mustang. The Mustang didn't change. I'm quite sure the first Mustang probably had maybe a couple hundred horsepower. Now the newer ones is double, triple that amount of horsepower. You know what I'm saying? The first computer had 1 megabyte of RAM, and now the newest MacBook probably got 1,000 times more RAM. And I say that to say this for all y'all nerds out there. The RAM is how your computer moves, how your computer processes the information, like how fast that the programs work. Not to say that you can't put a new program on an old ass computer, but that's gonna probably be the only program you can be able to run. You know what I'm saying?
You get no space on that motherfucker.
Right. You're not gonna be able to run no Pro Tools like for y'all that watch and listen and learn, no Adobe Acrobat Pro, no Adobe Premiere Pro. You know what I'm saying? No CapCut Pro. You're not gonna be able to use no Pro Tools on this old technology. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to say, with that being said, if everything else around you in life changes, the question I have to ask is, do you change?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But for the ones who have not changed yet, because if not, your development I feel like is weak. You can't tell me, hey man, I ran a 4 flat in high school, but as an adult you never ever validated that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to tell y'all that's out there watching, let's learn how this all segues and all connects to itself. When I was in school, in a little gifted program I was in, I had to do research papers, and I had to do them for a grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once I graduated high school, went to college, and into my adulthood, you know what I didn't stop doing?
Show shit for it.
Yeah, but you know what I didn't stop?
What?
I didn't stop reading.
Mm-hmm.
So I say to those out there, you still got to use the tools that's necessary to grow, to evolve, to change, right? So just because now in 2024, as a grown adult, you're no longer getting a grade for reading, why the fuck you ain't reading? You feel what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of information, there's a lot of knowledge out there. It's a lot of knowledge on these damn phones right here.
On some real shit.
What?
Like, I read more as an adult trying to encourage the kids to read
Mm-hmm.
than I did in school.
Right.
In school, I read because it was an assignment. I had to read. Like, I ain't want to read in school.
Right.
Like, English was my worst subject. Like, I hated English. I still hate English to this fucking day. Like, I really feel like I'm dyslexic. I don't think I was diagnosed. I don't really care to get diagnosed, but I know when I read shit fucked up.
But you still read, though.
Yeah, I still read, but I just never had any type of interest in English. Like, I feel like even in college and shit, like, having to take more English classes for what?
So for me, I feel like English or like just reading in general is a development of more knowledge. Like, in order for you to update your RAM, then you got to be able to take in that information. That's the only way you're going to be able to stretch your mind, be able to develop and grow, right? And so what I'm saying to all y'all watching, listening, learning, when, not if, this podcast start to do numbers like it's continuing doing now on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. TikTok, fuck y'all, because y'all done muted me again. And count your motherfucking days, because the Senate did pass that ban. So I'm moving all my content from TikTok to YouTube.
So you can like actually move all your content where it's still like say like it was on TikTok and stuff like that.
So I got all my tools. So I can take all TikTok watermarks off that shit and it just still be mine without their you know what I'm saying, without their nudge, which don't really matter to me. But what I'm saying is, it will come a time where adults, you know what I'm saying, or people that's in our circle of influence, or not even our circle of influence, just in general, like when you get to the point where it's like, I done found it, look, all this fucking hard work I done put in, finally then I got something to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be monetary or whether it even be just notoriety, right? I say that to say this. Money don't make money, but the development does. The work ethic does. And the knowledge of how to use money does. And what that comes is you got to put in the work in every facet of life, not only professionally, but just, you know what I'm saying, personally as well, in your relationships and things. It all counts, like the small shit. But everybody wanted, you know, had that microwave success. Or now, in this day and age, that air fryer success. Or you ain't got to worry about the grease popping on you and shit. The food gonna be done. It might taste all right, but hey, later on down the road, I might get cancer from it. But still. But I feel like everything else in between, that is what really matters. The development. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get a six-pack without doing crunches, like I said last week. I can't lose weight without eating right, you know? And the same thing would come with knowledge, you know what I'm saying? You got to apply your knowledge. In order to get knowledge, you got to put in the necessary work, because you got to upgrade yourself, just like the cell phone. You got to upgrade that shit. It's time. You can't say, man, I could do everything on my phone. Why y'all done slowed this phone down? Because it's a better version of that. When are you going to be a better version of you?
That's one thing I do like about Apple, though. Like, Apple will let you ride with an old-ass phone for a long-ass time, and they'll keep pushing the updates to the phone, whatever new updates they send out or whatever, into, like, it's to the point where, look, your phone, like, almost 10 years old. You know what I mean?
It's time to upgrade.
At that point, you know, it's time to upgrade. Like, for instance, Julio, I swear that nigga got like an iPhone too.
Oh yeah, the phone old. The phone is old. He be trying. Like, hey, bro, like, bro, you gotta upgrade the phone, man. I'm gonna be real. Like, ain't nothing I can tell you or show you, because your phone ain't got the shit that mine
like,
got.
I feel like we have gotten 2 new phones since Julio done got that phone, and we get a new phone, and we had that new phone for at least 4 or 5 years,
right,
before we upgrade to the next phone, because we ain't the type people that gotta have the newest model of every fucking thing that's out.
Right. Even
like,
though contrary to popular belief, everybody believe that that's the fucking case. But contrary to popular belief, I ain't gotta have the latest and the greatest, but I'm gonna make it work. But so to get back to my point, I wanted to make this a teaching moment, but also I guess a look in the mirror moment. And I just wanted to ask, the viewing audience, what I'm saying, like what takes you backwards? What I'm saying? This podcast is called Clear the Air for a reason. What I'm saying? We're trying to clear the air for the next in line. And for a lot of us, they're always dwelling on the past, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. But they always dwell on that shit. They always bring the past up when you talk about the current. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like I said, I can give you another analogy about the car. You know what I'm saying? You get in the car, whether it's a manual or an automatic, right? You got to put that bitch in gear. In a car, you put it in drive, where it's going to go? It's going to go forward, right? So if you put a car in drive and the motherfucker going forward, the only time you can be able to goddamn go in reverse, you can only go to a certain amount of speed in reverse, but you only put it in reverse to continue to go forward, Mm-hmm. So I wanted to, kind of let the kind of get to the point where it's like, I want you to put your energy to what's getting ready to happen rather than what's already happened. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why your windshield is so goddamn big and the rear view mirror is this motherfucking small.
You're supposed to go forward.
He's supposed to go forward, not backwards, yo.
Although,
what?
I can whip that motherfucker like Mater in reverse if I got to.
Yeah, but just to what I'm saying, to stay with the topic at hand, it's just like, but you can't go as fast in reverse as you can go forward.
No, I don't think it's physically possible.
Bingo, and that's the point I wanted to make.
The mechanics of the vehicle.
Right, and that's the point I wanted to make. So like, you are made to continue to go and drive and not reverse. Learn from that shit. Get to where you gotta go back to go straight. But you can't stay in fucking reverse all your life. Mm-hmm. I got a better analogy than that, since you whipped that motherfucker like Mater going backwards. I got a better analogy.
If need be.
Yeah, if need be. So look, I got a better analogy for y'all listening.
When you're trying to pick somebody, an older person up in the front of Walmart, so they ain't got to walk all the way to the back of the store, and the ambulance come, and you got to get the fuck out the way, he whipped that shit in reverse. Get the fuck.
Oh, in reverse, Terry.
I had to do that when I took Grandma to Walmart one time.
Oh.
And I said, all right, Grandma, go get the car. And pulled up. She's just about to come out, and here come a fucking ambulance. I said, shit, hold on, Grandma. And I backed that bitch all the way up in reverse.
Word. So shout out to that. Driving back. You put in reverse, Terry. So look, I got a better analogy for you, okay? And this gonna be a one that's gonna really stick. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, an airplane. It ain't got no fucking
reverse.
reverse.
Can't go reverse at all.
Exactly. And that's a very, very heavy machine, but it's very, very powerful. And the only way it go is fucking forward. Mm-hmm. The only way you can get a fucking airplane to go in reverse, you gotta put on them jacks and they gotta push that motherfucker backwards.
Facts.
But ain't no airplane going backwards. Mm-hmm. So why the fuck are we, why the fuck are we as a people in general going backwards, dwelling on the past and shit like that?
Exactly.
So
we're supposed to look forward.
Forward motion is the only motion that we're going to take for the rest of the 7 months we got left in 2024. For everybody watching, listen, learn, I want y'all to continue to evolve and continue to grow into the people you need to be. Even if you have the people in your circle of influence, if every time you take 10 steps forward and they pulling you back another 5, another 8, another 10.
You got to cut them strings. You got to burn that bridge. Like.
Yep. It's definitely time to
you got to learn
move
when
on.
to remove people from your life.
Right. And I don't want to, just because I'm about promoting positivity. I'm right about promoting love, promoting change. But if that circle of influence continue to bring you back to those old habits, that old work ethic, that old way of thinking, it's time for you to go to the Apple Store and upgrade, man. Because you deserve a lot better. And in this life, where everything's moving so fast, it's either they got to catch up. You know what I'm saying? No longer slowing down for those who don't try, those who don't want to learn, those who don't want to listen. They just always want to have an opinion, but don't want to have no work ethic behind it because they feel like they ain't already been stamped for something they did in the past. Mm-hmm. A job will fire your ass quick. What have you done for me lately? Facts. You feel what I'm saying? So that was just my piece on that, y'all. But I will be, will be remiss.
That's just like, I wish, like, in place of of employment and shit. I wish they would promote, like, if you want to promote somebody or you want to give somebody a different position, like, pick somebody off of their work ethic, not somebody just because,
they make you feel good about who you are.
They cool peoples. They no. At the end of the day, it's a job. It's a task that needs to be done, and you need to put people in those positions that's going to get the job done.
Yep. Exactly. And
get it done efficiently.
For sure. So you have anything? We're gonna have to wrap this thing up. I do appreciate y'all, rocking with us. Episode 9 of Twin2ition presents Clear the Air. You got any, shout outs or anything you wanna, I guess, leave the audience with, or something that's, been on your mind or whatever. It's totally up to you. I don't want to put you on the hot seat, so to speak, but I know it's been a different kind of episode for the audience as well, but I feel like it was necessary as well. I will be remiss if I didn't, announce that it is 2 empty seats in here right now. But like I said, just due to scheduling conflicts, things of that nature, I tell everybody, hey, make your priority your priority. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of the fact if it's definitely something to do with your family, by all means, you know what I'm saying, family come first. And I definitely want to be, an advocate for that, because I do the same. But yeah, anything you want to leave us with?
I will have to say, this episode will be a very good example for Corel of what you would call podcast etiquette.
Okay, like
ain't nobody was stepping over nobody. Ain't nobody was trying to talk over somebody, interrupting nobody. Like, whenever he had something to say, he was able to get his point across. When I had something to say, I'm able to get my point across. Learn from it, Corel.
All right. So, like I always try to close these podcasts out. Like, first and foremost, I want to thank y'all definitely for tuning in to another episode of Clear the Air. But I want you to always leave y'all with this, and it's always to pray, to have eyes that see the best in people, a heart that forgives the worst, and a mind that forgets the bad, and a soul that never loses faith in God. This is Twin2ition presents Clear the Air, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
My man Bernie Burns, overachievers.
Journalism from a master site.
Fight time for beamers, rovers, overachievers.
Journalism from a master
Fight
site.
time for beamers, rovers, overachievers.
Journalism from a master site.
Fight time for beamers, rovers, overachievers.
Journalism from a master
Fight
site.
time for beamers.